Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to Terraria on Master Mode. I've gone to the dungeon. I've gone a lot of places, and I have not. Was I missing the one copper sword? Is that it? That is it, isn't it? I was wondering what sword I was missing, and it was a copper short sword. You're starting. There it is. So now I can take all of these out, and I might be able to craft the one sword. If you're wondering why it just chugged graphically, it's because I got Taskbar Hero running in the background. Yes, I know. What the... And the reason I have Taskbar Hero running in the background is because I've been trying to get a Soul Stone for Hell difficulty. And the only way, and this is the one downside of Taskbar Hero, the only way you can actually get that is if you're actively running the game. So instead of actively running the game, I run it in the background, and because it's not minimized, it's perfectly fine. Ooh, traveling merchant arrived. There's got to be something I'm missing. I thought it was just the 8 blades made it. I'll have to check. I'll have to look it up. Traveling merchant. Oh, there he is. Frustrator. Well, that helps nobody. Caught in corruption. Joy. I'll go do that real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot I have that on. Oops. Forgot I put on the actual, like, the thing that throws bones. Oops. I am going to be trying, the Wall of Flesh. I'm going to be giving it at least one honest effort, at least. Because it's dependent on how many guide voodoo dolls you get and how many times your guide comes back. So I kind of have to wait for the respawn on the guide before I can try it again. But I will give it a shot, just to see. Now, have you ever met somebody, and this is just recently, I was talking to somebody. Have you ever met somebody that sounds absolutely brilliant? Right? Like, they are incredibly intelligent. And they speak eloquently, they have a great vocabulary. And then when actually put into practice, they're just a complete moron. You ever met anybody like that? Boy, I have. And people would say, well, it's not good to call them morons. No. Like, they're intelligent because they're thinking outside of the box. They're very they're just very intelligent, very knowledgeable about a lot of things. And then right after the intelligent thing that they're knowledgeable about, or things that they're knowledgeable about, they open their mouth and the dumbest thing you've ever heard comes out. And you're just like, wait, where was the person 2 minutes ago? Like, and yes, I know, I'm a very brilliant moron myself, but I seriously wonder, because I sit there and I was like, man, this individual is incredibly intelligent, and I'm not to the point of being awestruck, but I was surprised, genuinely surprised at how intelligent they were. And then they follow up this brilliant thing they said, using very good vocabulary, by the way. Like, vocabulary beyond the normal everyday person, as well as beyond what people would normally use in everyday speech. And then, out of their mouth comes the complete buffoonery of a lifetime. And I'm sitting there going, are you Harvey Dent? Is this Two-Face? Is this like your Two-Face impression? Like, where'd the smart guy go? And don't get me wrong, I've had my moments. I've had my moments. I mean, I'll be the first to say that. And one of those moments, I'll never forget it. And people are going to be like, God, as soon as I mention this story, people are going to be like, good God, this guy's an absolute moron. So, I don't watch basketball. I am not a basketball viewer. I'm not a basketball enjoyer. I have no vested interest in basketball whatsoever. Okay? Never have. It bored me to tears. It's kind of like soccer, or as the British call it, football. I have to look up how to make that sword. That is... Actually, I'll look that up on my phone while I wait. That way there's music in the background. Anyway, I have no interest in basketball whatsoever. And this was around the time of the NBA championships. Right around this time right now. The only reason I know the finals are here is because it was plastered all over a commercial. And so, a friend of mine back in the day, well, I got an acquaintance, not really a friend, an acquaintance of mine back in the day was talking about making brackets just as the finals were starting up. Right? And I asked a question, and I asked it in such a way that I used a definition of the word like as meaning akin to, and he didn't catch it that way. I said, is this something like a March Madness thing? Like at the tail end of May, early June. And he goes, March Madness is in March. This is May and June. He's like, this is June, So he's like, what do you mean, like March Madness? I said, akin to, something like it. I know March Madness is in March, and I know that that's like college basketball or something. And he goes, well, yeah. I said, is this something like that, similar to it? He goes, oh, yeah. He's like, it's the NBA Finals. Like, oh, okay. So, because I was like, talking about brackets, I figured it was dealt with something like that. And so, I had that moment of where I said something completely idiot, completely moronic, but yet at the same time, kind of justified at the same time, but not. True Knight's Edge. That's, I believe, the one I'm looking for. Not True Knight's Edge. Alright. Yeah, it makes no... Oh, that's why I'm not at the right thing. I have to... Okay. I have to take 4 swords to the corrupted altar, the demon altar. That's what I was missing, was the demon altar. So I don't... Wait, hold on. It's the volcano, the Muramasa, the Light's Bane. So, Light's Bane, Muramasa, volcano, and the Blade of Grass. These 4 can go away until later, because those are needed for True Knight's Edge. And now I gotta go down into the hole in the ground. But yes. So even I had my moments where I said something completely idiotic. And people would say, well, wait a minute, you're not that brilliant. I have my moments there too. I mean, yes, I have IQ test results, but that's just solving logic puzzles in a timely fashion. However, brilliance... being brilliant is difficult because it's coming up with uncommon solutions to uncommon problems. Or to think, or looking at things like a byproduct and saying, is it really a byproduct? And then coming up with a way to turn that byproduct into a product. That way, you're curtailing waste and still generating something good, if that makes sense. Yeah, Knight's Edge. Now time to spend my vast, considerable fortune to get it with the right suffixes. Come here, Rags. It's kind of funny that you talk to Rags with your riches. That, and of course, you're going to have people saying, well, you know, some things I say in the philosophical realms can be seen as brilliant at times. Depending on the audience, of course. Because there are people out there that'll listen to it, and they won't understand it, at least not yet. And it's not because they have a lack of understanding. It's not because they're dense. Never that. It's because they have not had the conditions at the right time to cause them to understand it when they need to. I think I can go better. Zealous. Nailed it. Alright. So now I have one of them, right? Where did I put it? I also have to bring material along with me. Oh, I have dirt or mud. Perfect. Knight's Edge can probably go in here. Oh, I have more money. There's just that moment where, like, sometimes people aren't. They're not subjected to a thing at the moment. And that's why they don't have a reference point for something philosophical. And it's not because they're fools or anything like that. But it's just because they don't have a point of reference. And so the philosophy doesn't stick with them. Because they sit there and they're like, well, pretty much they kind of look at it like, it doesn't affect me because of insert reason X, insert reason Y. Understandable. But when it finally does affect you, and it finally does reach your doorstep, what happens then? I mean, philosophy can be seen as brilliance too. Not that it is, or at least not that it's always seen as brilliance, but that it can be. Where did I put those? I had some. I know I have enough shackles to choke a horse. I'll get more when I'm down there. I'm not too awfully worried about it. There they are. Must have blanked on them when they were in there. Anyhow. Because I have the horseshoe, I'm not worried about fall damage. This prevents me from getting hit from underneath and taking damage. But it's one of those things where when you when you have those types of interesting thoughts or thought-provoking ideas, sometimes people view it as, they give you they kind of narrow their eyes at you, like, what are you playing at? What are you suggesting? And they really have a problem with it. But then you have to remember that not everybody's going to be on the same wavelength, and not everybody knows certain things. Some people choose not to know. Some people choose to have a blind eye to things. And it's not up to you to constantly, be like, well, this is what's actually happening. You have to take a look at it. You have to be read up on it and educated on it, because some people just don't care. Which is kind of a weird way of saying, how can you tell the brilliant from the buffoon? Because there's a fine line between the two, right? Someone who's a complete buffoon is completely unplugged from everything for a reason, because they're a buffoon. Somebody that's brilliant is completely unplugged from everything because they're brilliant and they can see through it. So they're almost two sides of the same coin. But back to the philosophy thing. When I was talking about philosophy, it's like, realistically speaking, sometimes people don't understand philosophy because they haven't been through it. Something similar has not cropped up in their life, and therefore they have no need for that level of philosophical nuance, for lack of a better term. And it's like, there was a person. They call him, there's people that call him Thoth, there's people that call him Toth, there's people that call him Toth, whatever you want to call him. And he had what are called basically there were the Emerald Tablets. A lot of people say that they're nothing more than just, fakery and everything like that, which is fine. Again, people have their own opinions. And yet, the one thing I can't take away from the tablets themselves is the statement that was said. The statement that was said was, have discourse with the ignorant as well as the wise, for even the ignorant have a valuable gem of wisdom. And that resonates with a lot of people, resonates with me even, because it's true. You can find somebody that doesn't sound like they have, much going on upstairs, but yet they're intelligent because they are aware of a lot of things. They're knowledgeable in something that you may not be knowledgeable in. And as such, gaining that knowledge is tantamount. Well, not tantamount, sorry, paramount. I was thinking tantamount to something. That's paramount. Because knowledge is the most important thing in the world. Because those with knowledge can do great things. They often say, because knowledge is power. And everybody, they've all heard those slogans. Knowledge is power, knowing is half the battle, G.I. Joe, stuff like that. And it's like, okay, well, if people know this, then how come people just decide to not gain knowledge? It's like, how can you willfully just look at knowledge and say, you know what, now I'd rather not? Oh. I mean, I've had my moments where even I've sat there and I've thought to myself, nah, I don't need that. It's useless knowledge. And I've come to regret it. Everyone does it. Me, that useless knowledge was when my dad was still around. And he was trying to teach me how to do mild electrical engineering, and I thought, well, I'm really not going to need that. I mean, I don't plan on getting into electrical engineering at all. I don't plan on really using it too much. And lo and behold, looking back on it, I probably should have. I probably should have paid attention more. You know, I think that's far enough. If I run out of turf fighting the wall of flesh, so be it. We're going to give it a shot here in about 3 seconds. There we go. Ow. Okay, maybe not, because I just burned myself on a lot of lava. Trying to build an underground lava system. Well, not lava, but underground system. We're going to come back down. Going to let myself regen. Trying to build an underground runway to survive. A little bit difficult. Wish I could see the entire map. And I don't mean just the blown up one by hitting tab either, but... Hello. Yeah, I should not have shied away from the knowledge of electrical engineering. I should have just embraced it. And that's the thing, is you make mistakes. Everybody in life makes mistakes. And some mistakes you can't really get back because you make them. And then you're like, well, oh well. Some mistakes you can get back, but yet when you get them back, you wonder, you know, was it wise? And sometimes it's not. So one reason I hate killing the lava slimes down here. Skeleton. There. I mean, the hornet that I have there is going to give me a little extra damage, but We'll see what we can do. Oh, wait. Hold up. Just in case I die. I don't know, I look at the philosophy that I hold dear, the things that I've espoused and I've talked about, and that I've helped other people find their way. And I think I know why I did it, looking back on it. I think I did it because no one was helping me find my way. So I said, you know what? I'll do it myself. And I did. I did. Which, by the way, my friend Dylan got to meet Jacksepticeye and got to meet Janine, something like that. I think it's Janine. She's a tech savvy, I think YouTuber, could be TikToker, but he got to meet them both. They have quite a sizable following, the both of them. Obviously, Jacksepticeye, everybody knows who he is. He's a common household name now. But he got to meet them both when he went out to his shindig out there. Well, I don't want that up there. Or do I? I'll throw all four of them in. Now we're talking. Oh. Breaker Blade, Ranger Emblem, Demon Heart, the Punhammer, which I desperately needed. Right. Wall of Flesh is dead. Nice. Got a gadget slot. Do I want the range damage right now? I don't think I do. I need the Punhammer. That's going to replace that right there. This can get sold. Oh, what, really? Okay, well, now I have a new hat instead of the top hat. I have the peddler's hat. So now I look like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Mighty Tidy. Wow, Portable Kiln and Mighty Tidy, huh? Okay, Darnell the Arms Dealer shows up and then just is immediately mulched. Brilliant. Oh, that's why. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now that we're in here and we're safe for a minute. Or not. I may come to regret putting that there, by the way. Maybe. Caught in honey. Well, it just so happens I know where a lot of that is. Oh god, wait, that's going to the jungle biome on hard. Oh well. Nimbus Rod. It's gonna get spicy real quick. See what happens when you push it into hard mode, genius? Hey, gotta go there sometime. Might as well get it out of the way, right? Well, I just remembered that now that the spirits of light and dark have come down through, my jungle biome might actually have the light side in it. Oh god. I could also go up and farm the harpy thing so I can make harpy wings. That would actually be beneficial too, when you think of it. So now I gotta go over to the third opening. Something like that. Yep, there's those arapanas or whatever. There's those. Here we go. There's the tortoise, about one shot me. First try. Bottomless honey bucket. Now we're talking. Which, by the way, if you don't know what a honey bucket is, a honey bucket is the thing you tow behind your camper, or as they call in the UK, caravan, and you use it to house your manure. Alright. Now that we got the honey bucket, we have a lot of stuff. The question is, now where do I go? Obviously, I know I have to go farm stuff. I think this is a job for getting harpy wings. Oh, but there's a problem. That, not harpy wings, but souls of flight from that big beast up here. Wyvern? Wyvern thingy? There you are. Oh, good. Way up there in the sky where I can't reach. Well, I got 5 souls of flight as a start. Now I gotta find the other thing too. Ugh. Man, I got so much I have to do. It's ridiculous. Ooh. Glowworms. Oh yeah, the wraiths. Forgot about those. Oh yeah, the werewolves too. Mummies. So now I need to get the... What is that called? Not Nazan. The Ankh charm or whatever it is off the mummies? I'm just afraid of the one thing coming up. The blood moon, not blood moon, solar eclipse. There's no in my luck I'll end up getting a solar eclipse. Thinking I might have to go back to the mini shark here in a second. Granted, this thing does a lot of damage, but the mini shark was just absolutely vicious at destroying most of this stuff. We'll put that away. We'll put those there. We'll put that there. We'll even throw this in here. Sure, why not? Yeah, we'll throw in the souls too. Don't let it rain on your parade. I knew that was coming. Exotic scimitar. What have I done there? I basically took an entire... I took the most dangerous thing I could think of. And I've decided, yes, I'm going to build that right inside my house. Oh, good, a mechanical worm. Just exactly, that's the thing I needed. Brilliant. Oh, well, this is an auspicious start, isn't it? I had like one good go of it, and then all of a sudden everything just turns to manure. And it's like, yes, the momentary brilliance that I had just went out in a blaze of glory. Well, there's the mini shark. There's the endless buckets of water. Okay. Skylights and surface. Well, I mean, that's easy to get. Okay, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. What I need to do is I need to go make the, perfect. I'll take it. Actually, wait. I'll take it now. The sighted gave me more damage, I know, but I got greedy. Plus, that is I no longer have to worry about that. I have to worry about my money being destroyed. Hey, just dipping into my savings. Perfectly fine with that. I need... Can I make it? Or does that require the wizard's... I think that requires the wizard's thing, so I need to go find the wizard. I need to be able to make the unlimited... the unlimited gun. Or quiver. Bandolier. That's the word I'm looking for. I was gonna get there in a minute. Sword inventory, not sword inventory. Great. I hate it when it sorts my inventory the way I didn't want it sorted. Oh, I had a system. I could sell the axe. I'm not worried about the axe. Oh, the fisherman doesn't even have a shop. Can you believe that? So we sell the axe. I'm going to sell the scimitar because it's not worth anything. The gel can go there. The wood can go there. Rope. Eh. Do I really need the rope? No, I could sell that. I need that. I need the Eternia crystals. I need the sand blocks because I'm going to have to make myself a sand biome eventually. Now I can actually open this up, get to the banners, put up the flying fish banner. Darkcaster, Vulture. Lava Slime. Hellbat. Eater of the Souls. Demon Eye. Angry Bones. I need to get to that spider's nest. Well, Shiitake the Mushroom, I can't help you right about now. I've got so much other stuff to do. Perfect. Fish hook. That's probably better than my slime hook. Okay, it's funnier than my slime hook, okay? Yeah, the mini shark might not be the best idea here. Looking back on it is probably a bad idea. That's fine. Prostography. Alright. Wow, it's been 57 minutes and I've not done much of anything. I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna check the underground nature of the spider cavern. Because yes, I did find the spider cavern and I just need the mandibles and everything to make spider summons, to make the spider suit. If I can make the spider suit, I'm ahead of the game. See, we're getting close now. There's a possessed armor. I'd like to not anger those natives, if possible. Yep, there's the spiders. There's some spider fangs, I just need a whole bunch more. That's a wall creeper, that doesn't count. Good God, he's accurate. Oh. Yeah, I knew I was going to come back to this whole spider's nest eventually, one day. Just didn't think it was going to be right now. Makes me kind of want to throw Danger Sense Potion down my throat just to see where everything is. Three spider fangs is not enough material. Do I have to darken it up in here? No. Billy Bones the golfer. The fun part is if I get the staff, and I make the spider staff, I can just come down here and farm them so much easier. Did you see that? They hit me for 200. These things are not to be underestimated. That one didn't even give me a spider fang. What a ripoff. Well, I guess they would be a ripoff if they were spider fangs. You gotta, you know. Alright. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna make the staff. Pardon me. Maybe not. Gotta defend the old home front here. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so the painter was slain. Like, could you people just stop dying for 2 seconds? I'm just dead. I've got to be missing something. I admit there might be a flaw in my defenses. Well, at least I've aptly named it Massacre Mesa. I'm gonna call this one done for today. I mean, holy crap, I've been fighting for a very long time. Sorry it was an hour long, but, yeah, well, we killed the wall of flesh, and now we are in master mode, hard difficulty. It's a little ridiculous. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I know I did. I need to go look up what it takes to make the spider staff, and then make it, because I desperately need some assistance killing stuff on this. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.